Week 14. We are here to begin, ladies and gentlemen. Joe, welcome back. You were playing these spoilers. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. I know we were
Absolutely
live.
welcome.
Let's go.
I'd like to welcome our unofficial sponsor, Fireball, the one and only. Merry Christmas,
hey, Fireball.
Let's go down a little bit there so we can see him more in there. It is Christmas time. It is cold outside in Florida. So that's why I'm back inside the Commish offices, because we cannot do that. As you see, Joe is in a new spot because he is renovating as well.
Subscribe. Let's go. Shots.
Thank you.
Fireball. Thank you.
How this mind works, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do the shot. Let's go. Get into it. All right, first matchup, we have the Fantasy Messiahs versus the Action Jacksons. Fantasy Messiahs needed a win today to get into the playoffs, a chance to get in the playoffs, which we'll have to get to later to see if that paid off for him. However, he did what he needed to, and he won this game 134-97 and 91-69.
Nice.
Joseph, pretty big, yeah, nice on there. Pretty big. Dan took the season series going 2-1 overall, ended up, well, we'll see if it ended up clinching him the ACC. 3 20-point scores for Daniel. That's Justin Fields at 24, David Montgomery at 24, and Jalen Waddle, 23.5. Under the 10-shoal, Rex Burkhead. The fuck? 2.7 points. Where did that come from? What site? Whoever told you this information that Rex Burkhead may be a good start this week should be put in jail for fraud. It's probably the same dude that had like the FTX business down in the Bahamas, Sam Friedman. That guy. It's probably the same guy. Joe, your thoughts on the Rex Burkhead signing?
Burkhead isn't nearly as good as Pierce, and yeah, no, I don't. It didn't make that. Desperate move.
Truly bizarre, Joe. Also, TJ the Incredible Hawkinson only got you 7 to underperform since arriving in Minnesota. Would you agree?
I'm pretty sure Hawkinson's outperformed the number 2 tight end taken off the board this year since being traded. So
fair enough. That's good. Mahendra only
no,
120
it's not
points.
good.
Well, yeah, not for Daniel. Hey, Mason. Mason's back, producer. Mahendra, 120-point score. That was Run CMC. That was Thursday Night Football. That's a good start. I didn't put his score total down next to it, but just know it was over 20. You had 4 players below the 10-shoal. That was Miles Sanders at 2.4, David Njoku at 4.3, Deontay Foreman at point. I will say this again, 0.13. That's special. It's 9 yards. Played a whole game, too. Didn't go out with injury. And Robbie Gould at 3 points. Another Thursday Night Football game there. With that being said, Daniel has a win, so he just needs a Jonathan win. Or a loss, to get into the playoffs. We will be getting to that later, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call a teaser, Joe Lozier.
Yeah.
Joe, in this matchup, who did you have?
Mahendra.
You were wrong, as was I. We both had Mahendra. We thought he was going to get the upset this week. Did not happen. We wish it would have, though. We truly wish we would have. We needed that upset. Playoffs would have been a lot better. Moving to Dirty Randy's 4-10 going into this matchup, going against Mr. Rogers' neighborhood at 9-5, third place, mind you. This should have been a walk-off for Tuna, who was rolling, winning football games left and right going into this matchup. Instead, Mason saves his best football, it seems, for when he plays Tuna. Last matchup was 210. To whatever. 210. That's the highest score put up in the point league this year. 154 to 129. Mason takes the season series against Tuna, a playoff team. Mason, a team with 5 wins, finished with 5 wins, beat a playoff team 2 times. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud of. Mason, 3 20-point scores. One of those was Dak Prescott, 23. The other one was Dalvin Cook at 29.88. Almost made him a 30-point score. Almost rounded up for you, but the app that didn't have you at 30. I'm not going to have you at 30. George Kittle got you 25.8 on the aforementioned Thursday night football game. You only had 2 players below the potential. That was Chris Olave at 6.8 and Jason Myers. You finally got rid of Koo. That's pretty cool. Jason Myers got you 9. Jason Myers, former kicker of yours, right?
Yeah. Yep. I had him in Bass.
Bass.
Yep. I
And
decided to go.
Stuck with Bass.
Couldn't have 2 kickers on the squad. Not that it mattered anyways, but that's only got me 6 this week too. So, are we doing shots? Let's do shots.
We are doing shots. But we're going to do it after I read it for the 4 o'clock game. That was just
okay.
If you will.
Cool.
Tuna, 130-point score. That was Patrick Mahomes. Didn't put his point total. You did have 2 20-point scores. That is A.A. Jones at 21 and Justin Jeff at 26, which was a mage factor. I told you. I think I told you. I'm not sure. I think I might have something else on the mind there. 4 players below the potential. Jamal Williams at 4, Devontae Adams at 5, Christian Watson at 6.6, and Harrison Butker at 4. Christian Watson really came back down to earth this week, Joe.
So did Harrison Butker this season.
Right, he was injured for a lot of it.
Yeah, but he's missed multiple PATs and multiple field goals, and that's just not Harrison Butker.
Yeah, that's why you don't call kickers football players, Joe. They're special teams. I did not get the predictions for this one. That is my bad. I'm just going to assume, I think you had Tuna, in all honesty. I think you had Tuna, and I think I had Mason. No, I think you had Mason too. We did upsets because it was Mason and Mahendra. So we are both 0 for 2 currently.
Yeah, I was on upset alert. I was going for all the upsets, except for me.
No, you were the upset too.
Even more so.
Even more so. There. All right, buddy. That leaves us with the 4 o'clock games. That was a big one. I didn't want to do that big. 4 o'clock games. Allergic to playoffs. 6 and 8.
Is that Mason? Is that Mason giggling in the back?
Oh, that's my fireball pour there.
I didn't want to do that big.
It's so spicy, bro. So spicy.
Cut
Allergic to playoffs.
That snippet, please, Mason, Mr. Producer. Thank you.
6 and 8, 6th place, going against Boner Pills and 6. The stakes going into this. We know the Dan's outcome. We know Daniel's outcome. He wins. He needs a John Loss here. Joe, are you a spoiler in this one?
You smell that? It smells spoiled.
Yeah, it smells bad. Joe picks up a huge win here, 113.65 to 107.85, officially, just like the Rams, ending the championship reign of last year's winner. Joe, out of everybody who played spoiler this week, you were the only one to come through, and you arguably came through in the biggest matchup.
And with a Sunday morning roster move.
Yeah, what did you do? You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, I had Seattle's defense and New York, the Jets defense. And I said, that's not good enough. So I went and picked up the Packers defense against the Rams on Monday night. And I ran with them. They got me 21 points.
Out of all those defenses, is that the highest they scored?
Yeah, the Jets and the Seahawks. Oh, no, sorry, it was Pittsburgh against Carolina. And I didn't go with Pittsburgh against Carolina. It was wild. Or was it Seattle? I don't know. Either team scored 6, which would not have gotten me the W. So I went with the Packers. They got me 21, and I got the win. Sorry, John. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Do better next time.
This rivalry, that's actually echoing some words that were spoken in the group chat, some major smack talk going down in the group chat, some major rioting that
I can't smack talk. We've learned this. my texting smack talk looks like I'm being malicious and hurting people's feelings.
But we always want you to join in, though, Joe. That's what makes it fun. I get it. When I see it, when I respond to other people, I get a good laugh out of it.
I send one text, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, that was harsh."
Multiple. Okay, but that's for good luck. Joe, you take the season series.
Duh.
Not only do you take the bragging rights of keeping Jonathan from the playoffs to repeat his title reign, so we will not have a back-to-back champion. That is still something that is yet to be accomplished here.
John's, I wish I had the stats. 75% of John's team comes from the AFC East.
Okay, don't get this confused. Half of John's team is the Buffalo Bills.
And the rest of it is the Miami Dolphins sitting on his bench.
John doesn't have one Dolphins player.
He has Tua on his bench. He has. You continue while I pull this up.
Okay, yeah, pull that up, please. There we go. Joe takes the season series, as I said, 2-1, along with John's pride. Joe had only 2 20-point scores in this one. That was A.J. Brown, 25, who continues to be a monster. Joe, do you know who had A.J. Brown in every single year of his life in fantasy?
You.
Yep. You learned well, my friend. And
just kidding. Not even worse. It's not the Dolphins. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, I know.
Dude,
I know.
Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and Trevor Lawrence all on his bench, who all put up numbers this week.
Christian Kirk, I think, just had a little over 10, but Zay Jones was definitely a catch, and Trevor Lawrence is looking good.
He had 12. Zay had over 30.
John, if Hurts can't go this week, if you want to drop Trevor Lawrence because you don't need 2 quarterbacks, there's no reason to have 2 quarterbacks going in the playoffs. I mean, Trevor Lawrence would be a great pickup for my team in the playoffs. I think that would get me there if that happens. But don't worry, Commish has got plans, Joe. We'll get to this. We'll get to this in a second. I am not sweating it at all, okay? Jalen Hurts is the backbone of my team, but you can survive without a backbone because you have a will. Back to Joe. Joe, you also had 4 players below the potential. That was Jonathan Taylor, RIP. Only got you 1.8.
I'll drop Phillip Rivers for $20. Just kidding, you big man media. Don't take what I just said serious.
Phillip retired. Phillip Rivers doesn't pass the football in 365 days. He's retired. Yeah. He said you would have took that.
Do it.
Mark Andrews, the number 2 tight end of Fantasyland, only got you 4.6. DeAndre Hopkins, Joe's trade target, his prize trade acquisition, I think, between the 2 trades. I think this was his blockbuster, in his opinion, in his eyes. And boy, besides those first 2 weeks, Joe, it just has not panned out.
Nope.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Fireball Hands, we appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what they call
Clay's going to like that one, Joe. Big like for you. Across the screen. 1 30-point score. Are you looking at something? Are you trying to throw a tidbit in here, Joe?
Well, I'm just looking at quarterbacks you could pick up this week since you're league winner.
Let's not broadcast it to the league, okay? Let's chill out on the quarterback market, okay? Let's not. There's no information to be gleaned from Commissioner this week for any kind of fantasy knowledge because it is all kept in here to put out my best efforts to destroy Tuna and advance further to beat Andrew, who's going to be his stupid brother next week.
Can I just say how proud I am? I am so proud of our league. Nobody, not once, attempted, did, started, benched. Nobody picked up that non-consensual pervert. Proud of you all. Thank you. Good job, team. Good job, league.
At Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Well,
times are changing, Joe. It's getting a little hot in here in the commish offices, and we're getting a little bit desperation in here. So I don't know what may happen. You never know. That was just we set flyers all around. It's just common common business stuff. You gotta check out Healers.
All right, continue. I'm sorry for taking.
Oh, dude, the preview show is going to be
hands.
legitimate. The preview show is going to be legitimate, Joe. I can only promise you. The first playoff preview on YouTube, it's going to be incredible, and we do not know the status of my MVP quarterback just yet. So,
Hurts.
yeah, it does, Mason. And yes, it is, Mason.
Let's go.
John, 130-point scorer for Jonathan this week. Josh Allen at 38.29. I'm going to take a shot at Fireball because my Fireball representative is telling me I need to for sponsorship purposes.
There were so many entendres in that. That was so great.
That was half the one you took on your own.
Okay. Josh Allen, 38.29. You also had one 20-point score.
Sometime.
That was Latavius Murray at 25.95. Those two guys combined for over 60% of John's points this week. Latavius Murray and Josh Allen. Disgusting. Disgusting. Like, do you want to be in the playoffs, John? What were you doing? Did you not care? Did you just not want to be there? Gross. Rest of the team below the 10 shoulder. Joe Mixon, 8. Stephon Diggs, 8. DK Metcalf, 9. Pat Fryer, Muth.
0.0.
Thank you so much, Joe. Absolutely disgusting anytime you see that, especially when a guy has played four quarters of football. That's like 60 snaps.
That's what you get for having Baker Mayfield's little brother at quarterback.
You know, sometimes, Joe, I wish I could say, you know, it's times like these you probably wish you had Dallas Goedert, but Dallas Goedert wouldn't have helped him anyways.
No, but he is back this week. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
but he's out of the playoffs.
Yep. And, you know, when I made that trade with John, I was trying to give him Dallas Goedert instead of getting Brandon Ayuk for Najee Harris. How do you think about Najee Harris this week?
He looked good.
Yeah. What about next week? Do you think this is going to be a good play this week?
It doesn't matter. He's going to be on your bench.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to maybe see. How do you think? What's your feelings on Najee Harris?
Have you ever started him? Or has he just been sitting on your bench? Do you trade him just to sit there and get rusty?
What about J.K. Dobbins? What about Kenneth Walker III?
Kenneth Walker. No. He's injured.
He's not. He came back last week. He had like 12 points.
Over J.K. Dobbins.
Just kidding.
I
said
gotta
yes?
do more research before I say anything. I don't know who they're playing.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to you on Thursday on this. I'm gonna need your help here.
Thursday.
I mean, help. I'm not talking about help. I'm just throwing out comments for a show. It's a fantasy football show. It's what you came to watch. Okay, commissioner doesn't need help setting anything.
All right, let's
Okay,
go.
I'm a cucumber as I twist my mic around. Playoffs. I'm not worried. That's what I live for, baby. I'm here every year. It's good. So going on, Devin Singletary, 9.5. One of the other Bills you have on there. Justin Tucker at 5, and the Bills defense at 3.5. With the loss, John fails to qualify for the playoffs, and Daniel officially takes the ACC crown, which means, ladies and gentlemen, show artists, your playoff field is set.
That's you choking, John.
That's also what a Joe's Friday night sounds like, too. That is gonna be terrific. That was good, Joe. You set me up for that one. I couldn't resist. Woo! So Daniel, officially, you're ACC champions, ladies and gentlemen. Which means there can only be an SEC champion come next. We know who the second seed is, but we don't know who the 1, 3, and 4 seed's going to be. Do you know why, Joe?
Because we haven't talked about America's Game of the Week at the Century of the Year game.
You missed fantasy, but that was pretty goddamn good. This is the America's
Fantasy
Football
Game.
of
The
week
of the
century. That is the American Football Century game of the week of the century game. There's so many words there. It's hard to say. You can't say it 3 times fast. You can't. I designed it that way. It's brought to you by our unofficial sponsor, Fireball. This was the number 1 versus the number 2 teams going, ladies and gentlemen. This would be Alabama versus Georgia. This is what this would be. We have the Best Friends Bowl, or the BF Bowl, brought to you by Fireball, as you know, unofficial sponsor. I'm on the chase for the Hurts. Came in at 10-4, first place, going against Hilliard Hole. Joe.
Are you going to change your name?
Why?
Because part of your name, never mind. Zero fun, sir.
Yeah.
Zero fun.
Then
Just
when
kidding.
I asked you, why don't you change your name when you're in the middle of your 4-game winning streak to be 6-3?
Did I win 4 games this year?
Oh, yeah. No, you had a nice win streak to get you. You were at one point, you were 3rd place at one point, Joe.
Stop.
There was one point where I thought you were a top-tier team, and then the bottom just fell out week by week. It was a fun thing to watch. There were so many collapses this year, and you are not lost from that collapse. The fact that Daniel made it into the playoffs kind of puts the light more towards you. Jonathan also had a huge collapse as well, so don't worry. You 3 guys, just absolutely incredible.
Continue, please.
Thank you, sir. I'm on the chase for the Hurts, 10-4, first place, going against the Hilliard Holes, 9-5, second place, man. Joe. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I got too hyped. Anyways, Joe, you're 1-2 on predictions. You had yourself in the last game. I am 0 for 3. So you have the edge.
Got me.
I'm on the chase for the Hurts, wins, and clinches the first overall seed, ladies and gentlemen. 172.26 to 127.16. That was an ass spanking, as I give to Andrew every single year. Okay, I will let him win the first game of the season. I don't know my team yet. I got to do some tweaks, some shit. I started with Cam Akers and Rashad Penny on my roster this year. What the fuck you want from me? Okay, and I made apples out of oranges. Apples out of oranges. I take the season series 2-1 and the SEC championship crown, ladies and gentlemen. I am the only team to win in double digits, Joe. The only team to win double-digit games this year. 3 players above 20 points. Jalen, it hurts so good when it doesn't. Hurts with 39.73. I need you, buddy. Play, please. Please. The number 1 seed, you need the number 1 seed because you need to buy in the playoffs, so you have to play. Please, God. All I want for Christmas is Jalen Hurts to play on Saturday. Derrick Henry, 27.9. King Henry is back. And the Eagles' defense. And, Joe, do you know who King Henry goes against next week? We'll get to the previous show. I'm just excited for it.
Who?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, which taxes and Derrick Henry runs for 200-plus yards against the Houston Texans and Jaguars every game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's my savior. We'll get to that next week, like I said. Eagles defense got me 22 points because that is the power of Ndamukong Suh. You still got it, Joe. Look out naturally. Yeah, good times, better times.
Yeah.
Only one player below 10 points. That was Daniel Carlson, my kicker. Dude, I really do love that guy. I think he's a good guy. Andrew had 2 20-point scores in this game. That was Joey Burrow, 25 points. Didn't throw more than 200 passing yards, but had 4 touchdowns. That'll do it for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That was Joe. We're running a little late here, but the third quarter of Sunday, was that not the worst quarter of football you have ever experienced as a grown man?
I sat down on my couch. I normally stand up pretty much the whole game. I sat down for the third quarter.
Yeah.
Just feeling defeated. Embarrassed.
You ever play Madden and when you get the ball at kickoff and you turn over the ball before you even hit the 35-yard line or 40-yard line.
And the team just goes down to scores because, they know how to play offense.
Defense can't hold somebody for 30 yards every fucking time, 5 times in a row.
30. How about 18?
Yeah. And Tom Brady, Jesus. We'll get into this in our Bucks podcast. Coming to you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Saquon Barkley was the final member in the 20-point club at 22.68. You had 2 players below the potential this week, which was Dalton Schultz, which tight end is still an issue for you. Must be scary going to the playoffs, not having a solid tight end. All these other teams, minus Daniel, have a solid tight end. Even with a solid tight end.
You want Mark Andrews? Take $20-25.
Sold.
Just kidding.
Sold. I sold too quickly. The Chiefs defense had 8.5 in this game. Joe, with that being said, you had who? Young Wake who? But who'd you have in this matchup, your prediction?
Man, I wish he was better. I wish he was more consistent and got more opportunity.
Oh, he's solid. He just plays for the Falcons. He's a good kicker. Top 10.
Who'd I have? I had you.
You sure did, buddy. You had the commissioner, Clay Major. Joe, that brings your total to 2-4 for predictions this week.
I couldn't be 2-4. Could not be 2-4. There's only 4 matchups.
2-4-4. 2-4-4. 2 out of 4. You're 2-2 this week. I myself am 1-3 because I had myself as well, and that was my first win of the week. So I am 1-3. Joe, previewing the playoff field before we end this show. Previewing the playoff field. Everything is set, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final countdown. This is the starship to take us away. This is the starship to take Commissioner to the promised land. This is the year, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Hurts be damned. Every curveball this year that was thrown at me, I have thrown right back. I've slammed it out of the park like Aaron Judge. And I will continue to do so. You know why? Because I have the number 1 seed, and I am going against one of my most heated rivals. Not beloved like Andrew. That's a beloved rival. This is my heated rival. Okay? Different par, Tuna. I'm currently on a 5-game winning streak. This luck has to run out, right? Can I go to 7 games in a row winning, Joe? Do you think that's possible? Is the math against me there?
I mean, anything's possible. I have to look at the matchup. Don't just throw this on me.
Oh, no, we have Thursday to look at the matchup, sir. So you better get an in-depth preview. No offense, we're not talking about the non-playoff teams. We'll give our predictions in those games, but we're going in-depth on the playoffs.
So what do you want? Yeah, you have a chance.
No. Yeah, okay, I'm saying. But does it worry you that I'm on a 5-game winning streak, which winning 7 games in a row to win the championship, that's kind of unheard of.
The Bucks won 5 in a row before they won 5 in a row in the regular season before they won 3 games away from Ray J just to win the Super Bowl in Ray J.
So you're saying it doesn't matter?
Oh, a streak doesn't matter.
My man, I love you. I am like the 2020 Bucks. I am going to win. Perfect. Love it, Joe. I'm going against Tuna, who has finished the season 9-6. He was 3rd place, but gets the 4th seed. So great matchup. Juicy matchup. And then I think in the juiciest matchup of the week, I don't know. I think me and Tuna's is pretty juicy because Tuna finished the year hot. And this was the one. Tuna, Joe, remember? You can go back to watch the tape. The one team I did not want to face in the playoffs was Tuna.
Yeah.
And here I am without Jalen Hurts potentially. Then it doesn't matter. We're past my matchup. We have the number 2 going against the number 3. The Fantasy Messiahs, the ACC champion, is going against the second best the SEC has to offer, which is the Hillier Holes, 9-6 in second place. You want to hear more on that, ladies and gentlemen?
Andrews got a hell of a roster. Hell of a roster.
I'd beat him 2 out of 3 times. I'll probably beat him 3 out of 4 times. Give him a chance.
Hell of a roster.
We'll get to that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a sneak preview. Please tune in. I will post this tonight, granted on the internet speed. I meant to post the other video tonight, but the internet was taking too long, stuff like that. Both of those will be up tonight or tomorrow. Please check in. Joe, I want to thank you for being here. I would like to thank you, our unofficial guest, Fireball. While we're taking a shot at Fireball, Joe, do you want to tell the fans anything to do about yourself?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys just like and subscribe, it'd really help boost Clay's ego. I mean, help boost the ratings.
My ego's helped by 11-win record, Joe Lozier.
That's what Clay needs.
11-4.
It's what Clay needs. I'm just kidding. Clay really needs a championship.
I do. That's the thing. I swear to God, I wouldn't do it if I did a show and if I had a champion. I wouldn't even probably do a show anymore if I had a championship. This is my document. This is a madman winning up to a championship. So I can look back at this.
Please, God, give this man a championship so we can start talking to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thank you all for listening. If you enjoy Clay's babbles the way that enjoy Clay's incredible play on words the way that I do, the way that I know you do, like and subscribe. You know there's better content coming because we will be adding to just our family, our friends, fantasy football league. We will be talking about the Bucs. We will be talking about the NFL. We will be talking about fantasy football. We're going to continue to talk about our unofficial sponsor, Fireball. Hopefully, once our official sponsor, Fireball, so Clay can get it for free. Clay just wants free Fireball. Thank you, unofficial sponsor, Fireball. Like and subscribe. We have better and more and better content and more of that guy coming at you soon.
Joe, beautiful words, man. I will see you Thursday night. Thank you all for being here. This is the show. We have no outro music. It is just going to be me. Tune in Thursday to see my in-depth analysis. In-depth, not inept. I used a complete opposite word there that I should not have. Analysis of fantasy football playoffs featuring me, Tuna, and Daniel. It's going to be hot. You're going to want to be there. Thank you all for being here again tonight. We will see you the next time. Joe, thank you, sir.